Ooh, welcome everyone to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean Stacking the Money Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use the promo code Juice150. And if you're a new customer, you got a $1,000 risk-free bet. All right, kind of middling night here yesterday on college football. Went 1-1. Hopefully you got that 16.5 that I gave out that is available over on DraftKings. I unfortunately betted in person at the win here, which had it at 17, which was a really annoying push. Maybe I'm fortunate it wasn't a loss. Let's just get to it. Boise State 31-14. What a weird game. I mean, Boise State was just destroying their offensive line. I mean, I'm shocked that New Mexico scored at all, honestly, like the way they were just getting destroyed offensively. And their two scores. One was a Hail Mary pass. He just chucked it up. Kudos to them for getting that. And then the other, after Boise State seemingly ices it to go up 31-7, then, oh man, they kick return to the house. Like, come on, are you kidding me? But we also did get a block punt for a touchdown with Boise State, so maybe that balanced out. So hopefully either pushed or got that 16.5. I know some people maybe had 17.5. 18. Thoughts and prayers. The Hook gods will give it back to us one of these days, hopefully on NFL or maybe college football tomorrow. Whatever it is, weird game. And then UCF, they lost outright. So that one 12-1 trend is now 2 12-1. I mean, man, UCF, their offense just fell apart in the second half there. And they really also got a number of unfortunate penalties. I'm not a guy who's going to completely whine and bitch and moan about the refs, but that holding call that called back the touchdown for UCF, I think that really swung momentum in a negative way for UCF. They just weren't the same. That play really would have made a difference. And then, man, what were they thinking? Malzahn, you got to kick that. I was at some point we had to start rooting for overtime, and they got down there. They were down 20-14. Perfect distance to kick the field goal. Instead, they go for it on like 4th and 10 from the 10. Don't get it. But then they would have had another shot at the field goal. Like, they really messed this up a million different ways. Malik Cunningham had some nice plays, but really it was, kudos to Louisville's defense. They came up. I did not see that coming in particular the second half. Their defensive line just really pushed UCF around. So I think that was the difference in the game. So hopefully for that you were completely fading me and took Louisville money line. But all right, we got 3 college football games coming up. Hey, before we get to that, NFL right around the corner. Look at this DeAndre Swift autographed jersey. You can win it. All you got to do is go to youtube.com/bettingpros, subscribe to the channel, comment below on this video. You got a chance to win an autographed DeAndre Swift jersey courtesy of Pristine Auction. Again, make sure you turn those notifications on. You keep hearing the announcements where we have to give it out again because we can't contact you. So please turn on the YouTube notifications so you don't miss your name being called and winning this really sweet DeAndre Swift jersey. Although it's not going to be that sweet this Sunday when the Eagles blow them out. Let's go. Go Birds. All right, first up, App State at Texas A&M. Appalachian State is getting 18.5 right now over on DraftKings. I'm on App State here. Chase Bryce and App State, as you saw against UNC, they can put up a ton of points. They can put up points quickly. Bryce has been there for 6 years. He really knows the offense. And historically, Appalachian State has really shown up against the big programs, whether it's wins, whether it's taking teams to overtime, whether it's just getting big covers. App State really has a history of it. And I think Texas A&M, the biggest concern is that their defense completely dominates the game and App State can't get it going. But App State has a very good offensive line. 4 of the 5 offensive linemen are returning starters. They are vets. They are upperclassmen. I think they're going to be able to give Bryce enough time to be able to throw downfield and get enough to be in this game and certainly cover the 18.5. And Texas A&M's offense isn't super aggressive. So I don't know. I wouldn't call them conservative, but not super aggressive. So I think this could be a 1-score, maybe 2-score game. Either way, 18.5 feels a bit too high for this App State team. Now, I already gave out Alabama first half. I also like Alabama for the game. Alabama minus 20.5 at Texas. Get that over on DraftKings. Yeah, like him for the first half. Love that trend. I think it's moved up to 14. Still like it up to 14. I'm predicting Will Anderson to have a big game. You know, there was like some noise he might be in the Heisman contention. I think this could be a breakout game for him. I'm projecting a massive wake-up call for Quinn Ewers, who, again, I mentioned it in the first half. I don't think he looked that good. You know, some of the throws downfield just not there. And this is just going to be a huge wake-up call for him. This is the first time he's starting against a Power 5 team, let alone a Power 5 offense, a Power 5 powerhouse like Alabama. And I don't think Alabama's taking their foot off the gas. Like they're out for blood. 20.5 I think is fair. I think this is going to be like a 42-14 game. This is blowout written all over it. And really the biggest question is, you know, they went against, you know, Louisiana Monroe last week, but I'm not sure that Texas defense will be fixed. And certainly going up against this Alabama offense is going to be an incredible challenge. I mean, certainly for any defense, but let alone this Texas defense. So I understand they have the home field, but Saban, this guy's a whiz. They're going to get the big road cover. Hey, you guys, head over to bettingpros.com/NFL props. Get all their ratings, recommendations, analysis, even advanced metrics for each prop bet, star ratings, cover probability, expected value. They got it all. bettingpros.com/NFL props. All right. It's not college football without a little bit of an upset. Tennessee at Pittsburgh. I'm taking Pittsburgh here on the money line. Give you the Panthers plus 200 over on WynnBET. Narduzzi is 2-0 against Heupel all time. Pitt coming off that nice win against West Virginia. I mean, first off, Pitt has a legit home field. I think the fan base will get up for this game. A big test against Hendon Hooker and this Volunteers team, which looked pretty good in their opening game. But I like Pitt here, getting a little bit of extra rest. And again, going back to Pitt's offensive line, they were returning 5 out of the 5 offensive line starters. I thought they did a really good job, even against West Virginia last week. And Pitt has a very experienced defensive line. They have a number of guys they can rotate in that have gotten starts for the program. I think they're going to be able to pressure Hendon Hooker. I think that could be the difference. And their secondary is good as well. Like, I think I'm not going to say they're going to be able to completely shut down the passing offense of Tennessee, because I do think Tennessee gets theirs. I mean, if you're playing the yardage prop for Tennessee, I would still probably take Hendon Hooker over passing yards. I think Sleeper has it like 250 or something. So I still think they're going to be able to get some yardage, but I like the secondary to make some big plays, maybe create some turnovers. And again, coming back to them getting that home field advantage. You know, that win over West Virginia can really go two ways. It can be like a letdown game the following game, or it can be a game that builds some confidence for this team, gives them some momentum. I like the back-to-back home games, and I like them to get this outright win. So give me Pitt on the money line. You can get that plus 200 over on WynnBET. And again, I think the defense is going to keep them in this, and I like the offense to be able to create enough offense to get the outright victory. It's college football Saturday. We got to have some upsets in here. Also like Alabama minus 20.5 at Texas. You can get that over on DraftKings. And of course, App State at Texas A&M. I am taking App State, getting 18.5. Get that over on DraftKings. That just feels way too big for me. And maybe it's just UNC's defense. We know it's horrible. But I just like the game of Chase Price, and the fact that he's, been in the program for 6 years. They're going to be able to get something against this Texas A&M defense. So those are the picks for today. And NFL Sunday tomorrow. We're only a couple sleeps away here from the National Football League kicking off. I will go all NFL for tomorrow's show, obviously, because it is the NFL. If you're betting the NFL, go to BetMGM. Juice150 is the promo code. Get that risk-free $1,000 bet. Hey, Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other podcast, Sports Gambling Podcast. A ton of NFL picks against the spread and college football as well. Hey guys, you know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.